that shot. Unfortunately, the other player now sees where he's at. And I think that tag is going to be all she wrote for this one. I think Amplify, although zone stays close, yeah, he is going to back down over this hill and make sure there's no time for other players to hold him here in this position. He wants to make sure he can get somewhere good for this next zone. And as you can see, again, we kind of shift gears. Game 3 was very aggressive, Clay. Game 4 here, maybe players are playing a little bit looser than Game 1 and Game 2, but they're definitely going for these tags, but backing up and playing for the end game because they know that's what counts. wolfz lurking up on Mongol. This is a big one. Starts it off with a nice tag. He's got the heavy sniper too. But he's not actually going to use that. They're both going to back off over towards the house. This is what I'm talking about. wolfz making another smart play. Again, disengaging from a fight. This is not something you would have seen wolfz after his World Cup performance. The confidence he had. He would have been pushing every person like CRR much would have done. And in duos, it was the same way too with Mch5 and wolfz. Pushing every fight and not necessarily disengaging for moments like this. But this is key for wolfz. And one of the reasons I think not only are we seeing him at the top right now, but we might be seeing him at the top after these 2 days of grand finals.
That was very, very smart. And I'm very surprised that wolfz had the discipline there to realize, hey, I got the tag. I don't need to go in. But now it's going to be in a bad situation as Noah Riley continuing to pressure. He got the early tags on the wolfz. wolfz did have to try to heal up, as we do see in the feed. A big elimination. Aqua taking down Metro. Very big for the entire lobby, as well as Nate going down there to Queasy. Big names falling in this game, and we're having a fight between two of big names as well. We've got Noah versus wolfz. As wolfz, again, he's going to find a way to disengage.
Noah briefly for a moment there looked like he wanted to follow. It still looks like he wants to follow off that ridge. wolfz knows, and he bases up in a position that gives him the opportunity for shots like this. Misses that one, but huge, because if he can find any of these tags, it's going to scare people away from his position, give him the path he needs to rotate. It's going to be slightly difficult because he has to go across the central lake of the agency. And sometimes that can cause trouble for you. None of them players still lurking. We're looking at another fight here at 7 Tor. Yeah, so I'm not sure who's up above him, but he's on the back foot. And right now with the 85 builds, he is going to try to make a low ground peak, but it's not going to work. Stairs in his box now. He has to back off to the other side. And so far, no damage found from 7 Tor, but great control for him. Oh, never mind. The tack shot range 2 from range by Mini. And I'm wondering whether Mini really needed some surge. Clearly had no heals. So maybe he just was holding on to a, glimmer of hope in the fact that he might be able to beam 7 Tor down and get the siphon in his heals. But no, it doesn't work. Mini down and out.
Very smart play from 7 Tor to back out of there, go down the mountain, put the natural cover layers there in between them. Very, very good plays. We swap over here to Blackie. You see 75 players. This is the most we've had in these games today. It's getting stacked and stacked and stacked. Players are not risking their early game, their mid game anymore. And I think the trend is going to continue. You see Blackie who 87 builds does need to find an elimination to get that in-game mat count up, but he's sitting, he's waiting, he's moving around, he's trying to get any information that he can. And this is a little bit different from what we've been seeing out of EU, that aggression for a lot of players, not there.
I think whether the Elim is 4 points or not, these guys realize that the best position to put yourself in is to maximize your point potential. A key theme that I've been talking about forever, even back towards the first Winter Royale. That means that getting towards endgame and finding eliminations in endgame are so much more meaningful than anything in the mid-game. Blackie, though, on to Snappy. Snappy's going to be playing aggressively, possibly below that surge, and already starting off with a big 100, and Snappy pays for it in huge regards, because that's another game where he's not going to be able to maximize his potential. wolfz also in the feed. That's now up to 2 elims for him. And already a competitor who was in third before this game. Snappy down and out. Here it is. wolfz where he was. The position he moved even closer, actually, over towards Risky Reels. So definitely some good stuff. But he's actually still right next to where Mongrel was. So this engagement could go to full. And don't forget that they were Squad's teammates. They play second in Squads. For people who wonder where Mongrel's been, he's been around, just not necessarily streaming as much. Still such a solid player. wolfz has this player very low. He's going to follow this up.
And this is where the aggression from wolfz that we have not been seeing is going to come into play. He's being very smart about his engagement as he's taking a lot of damage. So he is going to go in. 4Z are going to go down. And the beam set that up perfectly. 3 eliminations. He's continuing to mount his lead here. We'll see, though, if he's able to hold it. This aggression, right, is coming in. We did not see these in the first couple games. He played strictly placement. He played to get that lead. Now that he has it, now that he's continuing this aggression, shots coming through, another player going to come through. He's going to find Fadil just trying to get into the loot or something, but wolfz playing really well today.
Oh, no. This is not what I want to see if I'm any other player here in this EU lobby. I do not want to see wolfz with back-to-back eliminations in the feed, making things work, because if he starts heating up and he's also playing smart and controlled, though we saw a glimpse of the old wolfz in this case, that is a scary sight. He might already be starting to mount a response to what CRR did in the last game, the 10 eliminations. wolfz now up to 4 before even this third zone closes, and before we even get close to where the end game is.
And the question is, how is CRR in this game? Where is he? Eliminations-wise, we haven't seen much of him in the feed. Is he mounting a performance like wolfz? Is this a dual performance that we can see happen? Because right now, if this goes unanswered, if no one is able to mount a performance like this, wolfz going to be in a very good spot as we see Mongrel falling to Tiago there on rotation. A big elim there for him.
I think that's actually the second time we've seen Tiago take out Mongrel, so maybe he needs to make an adjustment on the way he rotates next to Tiago. I did see also Queasy go down, who was still sitting in 6th place after that third game. So that's a big name too. wolfz another one. On to Noah. Things are starting to mount. My goodness, is he finding? He just barely got his way in the zone, and he already finds a big one. Again, Noah's such a strong player. They had that brief engagement on the side of that when he was back over on the other side of the agency. And he follows it all up, and he gets that elim. Here's the third zone. Here's the 4th zone, actually, I should say, where it's revealed. It's actually going on that mountain down in the southeast of the map. I believe we're actually going to be looking to players near that. Moki, remember, she was dropping over to Salty Springs. Yes, she's on that south side. Pretty distant rotate to go. And we're not seeing players move at all, which is scary. Moki gets a good crack to start things off. Another one to 27. She actually might make it work, and she does. Yes! Mch5 survives the onslaught from Pink with that burst AR. And she's going to be moving forward now, happy that she's still alive in this game. Gets another elimination in the books. And possibly now going to find another one, the player in this box. Looking to see if there can be some spoils here for Mch5.
Very good tracking there for her inside the box, able to find the player through the stair. Nice build down as well. She's losing HP. Effectively, she's not going to have much to heal it up. The ram boost was set up. She needs to get out and away, and she does with the continued pressure here. She's running out of hard match. She's in the box, but the stair actually going to protect her for the time being. Mch5, 31 HP. I don't think she's going to be able to get out of it, as Kylie going to take Mch5 down. A very good play to kid the pressure up.
Yeah, but that fight in general was just so difficult. I mean, you see basically this entire section, which had so many people right next to them, completely vacated, gone. There's nobody here. Kylie opts to take that fight, and he's going to pay for it because he's not going to survive the next couple of moments here. Aqua also holding somebody else on the north side of this. A big storm fight unfolding on the Frenzy Farm side. That could be where wolfz was, and he did pick up another elimination. So potential now for wolfz to be in a big storm fight. That's scary for him because yes, he got points. Yes, he got